Alright, this video is for worksheet 32-3, and we'll be starting with problem 1. What we're looking for today is the same thing we've been looking for all week. We're looking for the two numbers that make both problems true at the same time. If we were to graph these, that would be the spot where they've crossed. But since we don't have graph paper, we're going to try something else. Yesterday we tried substitution, in which case we were looking for an equation that started with a y equals. We even circled that part. We don't have that today, so we need another plan. So today what we're going to do is called elimination, and what that means is we're going to add the problems together, and what we're looking for is this. We're looking for one of the variables to have opposite coefficients. The coefficients are the numbers with the variables. Opposites means that they're the same digit, 4, but one's positive and one's negative. That's what makes things opposites in math, is the plus and minus sign. Now, negative 2y and positive 9y are not opposites, even though one's negative and one's positive, because they're not the same number. So the 2 and the 9 don't make opposites, but a 4 and a negative 4, they do. So when I add these together, what happens is those negative 4 and positive 4 cancel out. Negative 2y and 9y makes 7y, and 14 and negative 21 makes negative 7. So the purpose of all the work that we just did was to get one of the letters to eliminate. The x was eliminated, hence the name elimination method. Now that one of the letters has been eliminated, it's a lot easier to solve for the leftover letter. Just divide both sides by 7, and you now know that y is negative 1. So my final answer has a y coordinate of negative 1. All right. Now that we've completed that first part, our job is to now go back and select whichever one of these two original equations looks easier to us. I'm going to select the top equation, for the simple fact it has smaller numbers and fewer negatives. Those are things that I make mistakes with, and you probably do as well. So I'm going to pick that top problem, 4x minus 2y, but I'm not going to use y anymore, because we just found out a moment ago that y was really negative 1. So I've replaced y with negative 1, and now again have a relatively short and easy problem to solve. Starting with that multiply, negative 2 times negative 1 for positive 2. And then from this point I'm going to try to solve for x. I'll get rid of the plus 2 by doing minus 2 on both sides. The 2 minus 2 cancels, leaving 4x equal to 12. And at this point I'll divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 makes 1x, and on the other side 12 divided by 4 makes 3, and I have a now completed answer for problem number 1. The two lines would cross at the point 3, negative 1. Right, if you need to slow down or pause or rewind and go back over any part of this problem, go ahead. But at this point I'm going to go ahead and move to problem number 2, which is the same kind of problem. Alright, so now in problem number 2 I'm looking for the same thing. I am looking for opposite coefficients, and I have them again for the x's. So I'm going to add the problems together. 5x minus 5x cancels. Negative 6y and negative 8y is negative 14y. And finally, 18 plus 24 makes 42. All right, again, this should leave me a simple, easy equation to solve. I'll divide both sides by negative 14. And end up with a y of negative 3. So my final answer has a start. All right, now once again, I'm going to take that y equals negative 3 and put it back in to the problem for either of those letter y's, whichever one looks like it'd be easier to do. I'm going to select the top equation because it has, again, fewer negatives. I don't make mistakes with numbers like 18. I make my mistakes with negative signs, and maybe you do too. So again, I get 5x minus 6y equals 18, but we're going to replace the y with a negative 3. So 5x and then minus 6 times negative 3 is equal to 18. Well, negative 6 times negative 3, that makes positive 18. And now I'm ready to solve for y. And again, if I'm going too fast, feel free to slow down, pause, rewind. You don't have to stay at this pace. All right, now the next step is to get rid of plus 18, so I will minus 18 on both sides, leaving 5x equal to 0. Divide both sides by 5, and you get x equals 0. And we are finished with problem 2. Problem numbers 3 and 4 are the same kind of difficulty of problems. You can try those on your own. If you get to number 5 and you are having trouble, go ahead and check out the next video. It will have problem numbers 5 and 6 for you to work through. Thank you.